Hi, welcome to another video by Johnny, and this is like a completely new thing. Are you excited? Yes, as you have seen the title of this video, so this video is the first one of the Astrology series. I know you're excited, yeah. Everyone when they talk about astrology, I mean everyone around me talk about it. One day or 2 days or sometimes in the talk. You will always hear about them talking about the stars, the planets, and how it affects their life and things like that. Okay, so I please press on the CC button down there. You know, if you are not so good with English, or maybe just to grab like what I was about to say, the words and things like that, please. I'm so lazy and I don't want to type and spend like 3 hours editing my video and then wasting my energy and resources just to, do what YouTube can help me to do, Just press on a CC button, for God's sake, please. And stop telling me to do the subtitle, thank you. Thank you so much. And now, so for the first video, I'll tell you about the basics of astrology. Okay. If I don't look good, okay, if I don't look good, forgive me. That's what's written in the stars. Okay, so here, when you talk about astrology in the Western way, of course we talk about birth chart. The birth charts are basically the combination of planets, the sign it is in, and the houses the planets are in by the time you were born. So everyone has their own birth chart. You can actually see your birth charts, make your own birth charts by going to the website. I provided the link below. But you must be sure to know your birth hour and birth minutes. Also, you need to know where you were born exactly. Of course, birthday, birth month, and birth year as well. To be able to, so the website can calculate correctly your planets. Okay, so when we see the birth chart, there are main things you will see. Of course, the planets, as I mentioned here, the signs the planets are in. The zodiac sign the planets are in, and of course, they will tell you which houses. Which is the aspect of your life. There are 12 houses. So there should be like 12 main aspects of your life. So what do they mean when they're in a different combination, It's just like information being built one upon another, So the planets give you some information. The signs give you another piece of information, and also the houses give you more information too. So this is a core basics for anybody who's interested in astrology. There are a lot more to learn, and I'm not saying that I'm an expert. I just read some books and have 15 years of interest in astrology. That's also the same time I started my piano, by the way. Okay, right, so please make yourself familiar with the meanings of the planets. The meaning of the signs. Oops, I think I forgot about Aquarius. I'm sorry, Aquarius. I have an Aquarius student sitting right here. But basically, Aquarius are humble. They are inspirational. Of course, they are creative too. And they are inventive. They are the kind of people, they fit in with a lot of people. How can I say, people-oriented. Some people, they say that Aquarius are cold. Yes, they are, and they can be very weird too. Thank you, that's all. And please spend some time, please pause this video right here. Pause this video right here and then try to read through all the description of the sign, the planets, and the houses. Okay, so after you pause and you familiarize yourself with all the meanings of the houses, planets, signs, I'm gonna tell you that everybody will have a different combination of these things. It's like, how can I say, the combination was made when you were born, and everyone will have a different like combinations. I mean, some people might have more Pisces, might have more Libra or something like that. It depends on from person to person. Nobody's the same. Trust me, nobody on this earth is the same. And also the houses combination will be different from people to people. So the possibilities are almost endless. Right, so let's look at this person in particular. I mean, this person in particular, he or she. I mean, you have to know that by the time you do the birth chart. Of course, you have to. I mean, Zodiac sign, the astrology doesn't actually consider, they actually discriminate between straight or gay or, any kind of sexual orientation. It doesn't matter. It all applies for all the age groups, all people. Doesn't matter your political view, your sexual orientation or whatever. It applies, okay? And you just have to believe in it and try to observe it. Now, let's look at this person in particular. The three main planets. This is not a planet, yeah, but it's a three main thing. So what is the sun? The sun basically is, of course, the source of life. And it tells you the ego and the true self of this person. And it's in Aquarius, which is a air sign. So these characteristics will be presented. So his true self should be a bit cold, inventive. He likes people and creative and humble. He could be very weird too. And that planet, and this sign lies in his second house, which about values, like whatever values he brings to this world. Like could be educational values, could be any kind of values, like artistic value or something, or money and wealth. So what can you tell when you see the sun like this? Well, I would say that this person will contribute somehow to the world. Probably. His sun is like that. And when you talk about the moon, it's like the lunatic. No, not lunatic. It's the important planets to tell about the emotion or the inner thoughts of a person, what drives him or her to feel that way, and what he or she needs as well. In this case, it's in a Pisces, which is dreamy, romantic, delusional. Of course, these Pisces are delusional. Inspiring, beauty, and psychology as well. And in this case, it lies in his third house, which is early education, communication, siblings, and neighbor. So what does that mean then? He or she might need to feel the beauty and to talk to people to understand them. Could be he or she needs to be in his own world to dream, And also, he might do this activity with his neighbor or siblings. Or it could also mean that he or she can communicate about these things. Okay. Or his early education could be about any of these things too. So when you interpret that, just be open-minded, okay? Ascendant is the mask that he or she wear, like what image you're portraying to the world, what the world see you. And in this case, it lies in a fire sign, Aries. And it has leader, kind of, and energetic and ruthless. So in this case, he or she appears as a very energetic person. Could be ruthless, could be always wanting to be the first. And yeah, it's also an ascendant, so he appears that way. He or she appears that way. Now, Those are the main 3 things you should look when you see the birth chart, okay? Now, there are other planets, which is Mercury, Venus, and Mars, and Jupiter. I would recommend to have a look, okay? The Saturn, Saturn you need to see as well. But Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, they are called the generational planets, which is, it affects the whole generations. Because these planets, they move very slowly. So it takes some time and the whole generation will have the same exact sign. So astrologer would not really have much interest in those. Unless you want to do like research about why this generation is worse than the others, then do it. Okay, in this video I'm just gonna talk more about Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Now, so Mercury is a planet of the mindset, what he thinks or she thinks, and how he or she communicates. In this way, it's in the earth sign of Taurus, which is slow, careful, money, luxury, sensual things. So in this case, he or she should communicate in a very slow way, but careful in the way they talk. And in the mind, always think about money and luxurious thing and enjoyment. And at home, they would love to be at home and enjoying the home that has a lot of luxury things in there, maybe beautiful as well. And they always talk about that too, probably. Now, Venus, of course, is a very interesting planet, because they talk about love. Who doesn't like love? Love, charm, and relationship. And in this way, in this situation, it lies in the sign Gemini, which is an air sign. And Gemini always talkative, and they have many faces, you know, they have many masks. They are very changeable as well, but they learn for their whole life and they love to talk. So in this situation, this person, in his relationship, I mean when he loves or when he's talking to people will see him as a very talkative person. I mean, and he loves to learn. Okay. And it could also mean something else too. I mean, Venus in Gemini could be like a very knowledgeable lover, because of lifelong learning, of course. And in 5th house, which means flirting, arts, fun time, and parties. So you could experience a very fun person to party with. Like always talking and parties. And could be flirting as well. And could be doing some arts. Okay, how about Mars? Mars is basically the planet of, you know, the male masculinity. So it's about sex, urges, like what drive him or her to do that, what you do, and energy level. So in this case, it lies in a water sign of Cancer. So I would say that this person doesn't have that much energy, because water, you know, water just run very slowly. But I mean, his sex or her sex can be very sensual. I mean, quite like a lot. Or he or she could love sex too. And could also means that he do arts. And could also mean that he like to stay at home too and caring. But it's in his 6th house, which is about daily routine and health. So it could be that he or she exercises. I mean, what you do every day. These things. Could be that they exercise arts or home or caring on a daily basis. Okay? Could be. About Jupiter, it's about luck and joy. Who doesn't want luck and joy, isn't it? So about Jupiter, luck and joy, in this case, it lies in the sign of Leo, which is a fire sign. And ego, expressive, selfish, could be warm. So in the 7th house, which is relationship and love affairs. So in this case, he or she could be lucky and having a lot of joy in their love affairs or relationship, and the relationship should allow him or her to express him or herself well. Could be selfish as well, and very demanding. The lion always wants people to be around him or her, and Saturn is not a very nice planet, but it's important. When talking about Saturn, we always talk about like hardship, like what you don't want to think about, what you don't want to do, but you just have to do anyway. Like for example, my student always don't like the IELTS exam. I mean, they don't want to study, but they have to take the IELTS exam. So, that's a good example. What you don't want to do, but you have to do anyway. That's hardship. Also, Saturn talk about karma and work. And in this case, it's in the Earth sign of Virgo. And in the 8th house, which is about taboos, like what people don't dare to talk about, inheritance, sex, and some astrologers may talk about death in the 8th house as well. So in this case, I could read that this person might work in analytical field, or it could be something with detail-oriented, detail-oriented things. Could be planning, and how can I say, the person could be having problems with sex and death as well. I mean, it's about karma, right? This one can be a bit difficult to decipher. Maybe he or she could inherit like something. Could have any kind of could be talking about taboos, maybe. Sometimes I don't know how to interpret something. Okay, forgive me. Okay, about Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. You can do more research about it, but you can just read more about it. I hope the video wasn't too long, and once again, thank you for watching. You can please like, subscribe, and share my video, okay? And please press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about new videos. As always, the information can be found in the video description below. Thank you and bye. See you in my next video.